Hey everyone, I'm your host, Kenny, president of EDC, and welcome to EDC Podcast number 2. Today, I'm by myself, so nobody's joining me. Let's try to keep this short. Um, yeah, let's get right into it. So, meeting recap. We had a meeting this week on Wednesday, March 13th, 2024, from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And we started phase 2 design. But before we get into phase 2 design, what did we do before that? So, little recap of meeting 1. We had new members, returning members come to EDC, and we just introduced our club, introduced the officers, and have our members introduce themselves. Then we went to discuss about the design process. There are 4 phases: research, design, assembly, and testing. Those are the 4 phases. If you are interested at what the process looks like, you can join our Discord either with the QR code on the screen or with the link down below. So after that, we gave the club a set list of ideas for the project. Like, what do we want it to make? Or what do we want to make? I mean, and we ended up deciding to work on a pokeball. And honestly, there was really close amount of votes between a couple ideas. Again, if you're interested on what that list was, you can scan the QR code or join Discord with the link down below. After we decided on the Pokeball, that meeting, we immediately started research. Research on what what do we want the Pokeball to be like, what were some previous creations, that kind of research. Then that's where meeting 2 comes in, where during that meeting, we checked in with our research. It was our last day of doing research on the Pokeball. Although we did end research that day, if there are more research that anybody finds, they can put that research into the doc in our Google Drive and discuss it next meeting if we want to. Now that we finished talking about research, we started phase 2 design. And this design we're thinking of is obviously going to be like the original Pokeball with the red on top, white on bottom. Yeah. But during this meeting, what we did was start on sketches. How big do we want the Pokeball to be like? How do we want it to look like? What what kind of components do we want to add to it? Like, do you want to put LEDs? How would that look like on the Pokeball? But yeah, during that meeting, we just discussed about some sketches. We had some people already start designing, which was like really good. We kind of have like a general idea of what we want to do, and overall, pretty pretty great meeting that day. Pretty productive. Um, the next thing we did was talk about what to expect for meeting 3, which was the second phase of, or not the second phase, but the second week of design starts. We want to know what Arduinos we want to use, what kind of parts do we want to use, like, do we want to have one LED? Do we want to use multiple LEDs? Because once we decide what we want to work around with, that's when we can really have like a full design for the Pokeball, right? And so once that happens, probably by meeting number 4, that's when we see what designs have been out there, what Arduinos, parts, or whatnot we're gonna use, and then from there we can start the coding too, or we could start coding by meeting 3, but preferably when we have a better understanding of what we're gonna use, that's when we can start coding for the Arduino, and then once that design's done, we can start proposing, or not proposing, approximating a budget for assembling this pokeball, which then meeting 4, that's when we start phase 3 assembly, where we propose the ICC but a budget for the pokeball, and then once it gets approved, that's when we can assemble it. If there's like any more designs or any more like research or anything, feel free to add to that document. Or any designs, add any new designs to that Google Drive. Feel free to do so, because we do although we have deadlines for each phase, it doesn't hurt to always add more. So technically there is no deadline, but we set kind of like a priority dates to keep moving forward with this project. But yeah, that's what we're planning ahead. If there are, oops, sorry, notification. But if there are any questions about the project, if you're interested in joining this project, whether you're like an engineering major, art major, or business major, whatever, we accept all majors, regardless of what experience you have in engineering. Does not matter. You can always learn. This is a learning process. Even for me, this is my first official project I've done with this club, because I just recently became president, which I'm really excited for. I hope you guys are too. But yeah, if you're interested, join our Discord, and you can ask questions. If you leave your name and email in the Discord and say you're interested in joining this project, I will add you to the Google Drive, and you can go from there. So yeah, let's have fun with this project. Hope you guys enjoy. This is your president, Kenny. See you guys next time. See ya.
You don't know the things I do to make you feel right, make you feel alright. And everything you wanna know, I'm telling you. Spreading for so long, do you feel right? Do you feel